Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, Williger shills, death slaves, hearse peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, Trump watchers. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. Let's go to the not so good old USA and let's talk about some more kind of fake news. And I was struck by an AOL headline, and everyone's seen the story by now. It said that Trump orders all ambassadors appointed by Obama to quit by Inauguration Day. So, boy, you see that headline, you go, holy shit, here's Trump at it again, that frickin' asshole. And in fact, to drive that very point home, Daily Kos, their headline was, what a jackhole. Trump orders all ambassadors to yank their kids out of school and come home ASAP. So a very incendiary headline. But once again, unfortunately, a total distortion of the facts. But it's interesting for me to see an outlet like Daily Kos. They remind me of all those batshit crazy conservative Republican Tea Party sites and alternate media sites that we saw all during the 8 years of Obama that post all this crazy shit and have all these hateful headlines. So it's gratifying to see that there's a liberal equivalent pandering to the lowest common denominator and spreading hate and divisiveness. And but the other thing was, like I say, AOL headline: Trump orders all ambassadors appointed by Obama to quit on Inauguration Day. And then you go into the details, and it says that no diplomats worldwide are scrambling to find places for their kids to go and get visas, and this warning that we're not going to have diplomats serving our embassies all over the world, and that once again Trump is setting a bad precedent, because traditionally that's the key word there. Traditionally, these appointments are granted extensions or given a month or something. But then when you get into the details, the whole thing starts unraveling. And first of all, the fact is they have already been given a month. They were told on December 23rd that they had to vacate. And this is a process that is done every election cycle. So it's not like it's a big surprise to anyone. So most of these appointments already knew that this was coming up. And so they're given till January 20th. So there's a month. And then you get into wade through all the articles, and then you have to find the one article that actually reveals what is actually going on. And this is actually from Obama State Department spokesman himself, John Kirby. And he said that, quote, "It is common procedure for all politically appointed ambassadors to step down. All political appointees for the Obama administration were directed to submit their resignation, and their due date was December 7th. So they've already known for almost 2 months. And the resignations will take effect on January 20th. That is common, typical practice. That is the way it works," unquote. So this is directly from the Obama administration itself. So here we have all these amazing distortions in the media about Trump once again. And as I have to remind everyone over and over and over, just because I stick up for the truth and veracity and point out distortions and misinformation in the media doesn't mean I support Trump. I support truth. I support veracity. I support real information. And that's all there is to it. So those people who are reading more into it better move on. And as John Kirby goes on, as expected, quote, "No career diplomats serving as ambassadors have been asked to resign." So let's, unquote. So let's bear that in mind too. There's a difference between politically appointed ambassadors and diplomats and then career diplomats we have all over the world. So we're only talking about a handful of embassies that are going to have these positions changed. But like I say, this is how it works in general. Thousands of political aides and appointments in federal agencies have to change every time there's an election. This is nothing new. So, and then the other thing I thought was interesting was I noted the fact that to get to the truth, this is how much media distortion there is out there. To get to the truth, I had to get to the 4th or 5th page of my search to actually find some objective information, because in the first 4 pages we had Newsweek, AOL, the New York Times, The Hill, Independent UK, The Washington Post, Yahoo, the Daily Mail, the Politico, the CNN, Reddit, and Daily Kos all carried the same story, that Trump is an asshole for recalling all of our ambassadors from all over the world, which is simply bullshit. And yet all the major outlets. So, and it's all the more just disturbing because I had somebody recently tell me that how come I think I know so much? How dare I have a different opinion? And how could all these major news outlets be wrong? And here's a good example of how all these major news outlets can be wrong with this bullshit story about all the ambassadors around the world being jacked around by Trump. And this just keeps going on. They can't make one story stick. They got another one. There's another one out now about Trump and his connections to the mob. And in fact, Daily Kos, one of the worst perpetrators on January 9th, has a story that Trump was bailed out of bankruptcy by Russian crime bosses. So first of all, it's like they can't make the Russian thing stick, and they can't make these other stories stick. So they just keep throwing shit on the wall to see if they can make something stick. And as I've said before, there's enough crazy stuff about Trump. They don't need to make stuff up, but they feel it's need to anyway. And like I say, all these headlines pop up, and the damage is already done. It doesn't matter how outlandish they are. It doesn't matter how much bullshit they are. The people that want to believe it will believe it, and they are believing it. So, and I would add too that I find it funny that they're talking about, they have some problems because of Trump's connection with organized crime. Well, the state of government we have now in the corporate government interface, our government, for all practical purposes, is already in collusion with organized crime. But anyway, more bullshit headlines about Trump. Amazing. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too?